So I'm here with my sister in Ocean City, Maryland, and we're here pretty much celebrating my 6 years of sobriety. And it'll be July 21st, 2025 that I'll have a full 6 years of sobriety. I started in 2019. And I just wanted to talk a little bit with my sister about the changes she has seen in me, if any, our relationship together. And I'm just going to ask her a few questions. So what changes in particular have you seen in me over these 6 years that have passed?
I would say definitely great changes, growth, maturity, and just a stability. A stability.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that prior to getting sober, you were indecisive with a lot of things. You were running wild. You had friendships that were crazy. They weren't friendships to me. They were just people who were associated with you due to benefits or whatever it was. And I think with this, in the past 6 years, you have evolved, you have matured. And of course, it takes a village. And so there have been very key people who have played an amazing part, a huge part in your evolvement, in your growth. And so I thank God, we all thank God that God was able to give you strength over these past 6 years. And I believe I asked you, I think it was yesterday, where I said, what has been the most challenging over the past 6 years? And you said your first year was the most challenging because you had a lot of dreams, like you were drinking, drunk, and you wanted to go to places where, you know, you were tempted to go to, but you didn't have anyone to go with. And I think the mere fact that you took the changes, because there were drastic changes that you took, and it was not easy, but you had to change your life completely around in order to embrace the new lifestyle.
So the major changes that I did was change from where I worked to my parents' hair salon. I changed from where I lived and moved in with them, changed or had to remove myself from my older friends and remove myself from going to the same places I was going to always where there was alcohol. In my last year of drinking, she had never seen me drink or get drunk, but there was one occasion where she saw it and it shocked her. And You
want to share that or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was shocked because it was like she was hearing a different voice, seeing a different person, and it was overwhelming to her because she had never seen me like that.
And what did I do?
And she left because she was so afraid. She was like, what's going on?
I wasn't afraid.
Not afraid, but afraid. Well, not afraid.
I didn't want to deal with you.
She didn't want to deal with that.
No, absolutely not.
She didn't know how to deal with that, one, and she didn't want to deal with that, two. When soon after that, I announced to her and to my family that I was going to rehab. What did you think when I announced that? Made that announcement?
I didn't think it was that severe. Now, you went to visit me in Mexico while I was there. When was that? 2017? 2017 is, 2018 is when George went to visit me for, I think it was 2 weeks.
Yeah, I got drunk at her place too.
He got drunk at my place. I didn't know he was drunk there. We went to Cancun, I think.
I was getting drunk everywhere.
He was getting drunk. And I was like, but it didn't register to me that he was an alcoholic. It did not register to me at all. Because I was caught up in my own stuff, my own work, my own life. But I didn't realize that an alcoholic was this close to me. And so it was just something that while you were in Mexico, I just thought, what? And I remember we went to San Miguel de Allende. I was by the pool, and the waiter, service person said,
let me know
that you ordered vodka. I said, what?
Vodka with orange juice.
Yeah, I I know. I was like, what? Are you sure? He's like, sí, el señor.
And I think I was like, and put it on her tab. So they were charging her, I think.
And I was like, what is this? But it did not register. And then, when did you announce to us that you were going to rehab? I forgot.
Yeah, we were in
2019.
We were in your apartment, and,
Okay.
and I announced it. And
But you announced
were
it.
okay with that, but my parents were like, "Why?"
But you announced it,
Mm-hmm.
but after I saw you in the hot mess that you were.
Mm-hmm.
And
I had
I walked
decided.
in. I walked in. We were at our parents' house. I walked in and he was like cussing somebody out on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what is this? And I just got back from the barbershop. I was managing the barbershop during that time. And I literally made a U-turn and I went back to my place. I was like, I am not dealing with him. And that's it. If he wants to stay this way, that's his choice, his decision. And that's one thing that I want to share with you all. If you are dealing with a family member, a relative, a friend that is an alcoholic, they have to make the decision onto if they want to change or not. They have to make. You can pray until you're blue. You can talk. You can scream. You can yell. But it's up to them if they want to make that change. And in this case, George made the change.
So over the years, as you know, I formed a relationship with my sponsor. And every time I travel, I buy him a little souvenir, a little something, just because I appreciate him so much. What are your thoughts on my relationship with my sponsor?
I absolutely love it. I've met Larry several times already, and he is an older, established, mature man. Not only do I see him as George's sponsor or mentor, but I see Larry as the big brother that George never had. And so I absolutely love the relationship you all have. There is a lot of respect for each other. And we met Larry's wife also. What was that? In 2021, I believe they came to your place. We had lunch there with them and lovely people. But just the heart of where Larry is, he truly and genuinely cared for you and your well-being.
Cares because
And
he's still
that to
working
me,
with you.
yes. And that to me is paramount because there are a lot of selfish people out here. But Larry was with George every step of the way and still continues to be a large part of who George is today.
And you always ask me, how's Larry? Have you spoken to Larry? When's the last time you spoke to Larry? She's always is making sure that I'm in communication with
That's
him.
right. Especially when I see you go off the handle sometimes when you become irritable or erratic or...
That was my next question.
Yes.
Can you tell when I have not been to a meeting or have not spoken to my sponsor in a while?
Yes, you get grouchy and very unpleasant to be around.
Okay, moving on to the next question. Moving on to the next question. Overall, do you feel that my relationship with you has gotten better? Has changed in any way?
I think in overall though, I mean, you and I have always been close. Always been close. I think it's we're in a really good place. But when you were going through it and I saw what I saw, I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. And you knew I was the type that will walk away because...
You've done it before. Well, here's what I'll say about her that I want to publicly say thank you, because she's like my best sober friend. Not only a sister, but a friend.
Yeah.
Because she looks after me. She knows that if I go to a restaurant, I can't sit at the bar.
Yeah.
She knows that if we go to a wedding or a party, we have to leave early due to the fact that if I see any drinking or people getting drunk, I get uncomfortable. And she knows when to tell me, let's go. Are you ready to go? Are you okay? She knows more or less
Your
what I'm
triggers.
going through. Yeah,
Your
my
triggers. Yeah.
And so I just want to say thank you to her for that, because that to me is holding me accountable. And it's always keeping me on my toes, you know? And so that's all. I mean, you know, it's been a journey 6 years, even though to some it might seem like it's not much time, to others it might seem like an impossible amount of time, because there are a lot of people going through this addiction through alcoholism, and they don't know how to even deal with it at all.
And or they don't know where the safe place is where they can go. And also part of this journey, who initiated this journey, was our cousin Nancy, who
Yeah, she was the one who guided me to my first
Yeah.
AA meeting.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
want to say thank you to her as well.
Yes.
Without her, she kind of like, not tricked me, but she was like, hey, you want to go? You want to hang out today? And I was like, sure. She was like, we just got to go to this quick little meeting, this little gathering real quick. I think she saw and knew that I was an alcoholic, and she just wanted to, because here's the thing with alcoholics and addicts. We sometimes need to be nudged, but not pushed. We need to make the decisions for ourselves.
Yes.
We need to be able to see with a clear mind, okay, I have a problem. For the longest time in these meetings that I would be going to in Alcoholics Anonymous, I would hear people say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm an alcoholic. And I would be like, hi, my name is George. I didn't want to say I'm an alcoholic because I'm like, I can't be an alcoholic. That can't be me. That can't be my title. I don't want to say that. But it took years for me to start even acknowledging and saying it out of my mouth. I'm George and I'm an alcoholic. And once I just started to grasp and understand the program, how it worked, and how we need other people in AA and a sponsor and just a
community
of people who are willing to help you and be with you and be there for you.
Yeah.
It's not something we can do on our own.
And here's another thing for those of you who are watching. Like I said, George is my brother. When he went to Mexico, I had no idea he was a functioning alcoholic, high functioning alcoholic, because it didn't register. But you may know people who are functioning alcoholics where they show up to work. They do everything they're supposed to do, but they may come to work smelling like alcohol. You can see it, you can smell it. They're functioning, they're still talking, they're still working, and you wouldn't know. But they cannot live without the bottle for one day. Or maybe they do it as, oh, I had a long day at work, let me have a couple of cups here and there, or whatever it is. If you find yourself that you cannot live without alcohol, or that you need something, a substance, to get you through the day or to help you calm down after a day, then you should really take a look at yourself, make an assessment, ask those around you, because you may not be aware because it's so normal to you.
And the thing is, a lot of people, there's something that I was very confused about in the beginning. I would always hear, you're either an alcoholic, officially an alcoholic, or there are also people who are heavy drinkers. Heavy drinkers are not alcoholics. Heavy drinkers can say, I'm going to stop right here and I'm not going to drink anymore. Alcoholics cannot stop. Once they take the first one, it's over. It's lights out after that. That's the big difference. Well, you guys, I think we're going to end it here, and I want to thank Rosa for joining me on this video. I appreciate it, and I appreciate her coming out with me to the beach. We will see you guys later. Thank you. Bye-bye.